When Adama moves into her grandmother's old house in a quiet village, she feels a strange presence. One evening, as she washes her face in the bathroom, she notices something odd. Her reflection lags, moving a second too late. She shakes it off, but as she turns away, the mirror flickers, and a shadow moves behind her reflection. A deep whisper echoes from the glass. "You brought me home." Adama visits the village elder, Mama Zainab, hoping for answers. The old woman's face darkens when she hears about the mirror. She warns that Adama's grandmother once spoke of a restless one trapped inside. She must never look into the mirror in the dark. That night, power goes out, and the only light in Adama's room is the glow of the mirror. As Adama slowly turns toward it, her reflection smiles. But she hasn't moved. Adama visits the village elder, Mama Zainab, hoping for answers. The old woman's face darkens when she hears about the mirror. She warns that Adama's grandmother once spoke of a restless one trapped inside. She must never look into the mirror in the dark. That night, power goes out, and the only light in Adama's room is the glow of the mirror. As Adama slowly turns toward it, her reflection smiles, but she hasn't moved. Adama panicked. Adama throws a cloth over the mirror and flees. But the next morning, she finds muddy footprints leading out of the mirror. Her phone buzzes. An unknown number sends a photo. It's a picture of her, sleeping. But the timestamp shows it was taken 2 minutes ago. A new message appears. "Let me in." The whispering glass. Desperate, Adama smashes the mirror, but instead of shattering, it bleeds. The cracks form twisted words. "Breaking me won't break the curse." That night, she dreams of her grandmother, warning her, "It wants to replace you." When she wakes, she hears her own voice coming from the living room. She peeks inside. Her reflection is standing outside the mirror, grinning. The switch. Adama sprints to Mama Zainab's hut, but the elder gasps in horror. "You're already too late," she whispers. Adama doesn't understand until she looks at a window's reflection. Her eyes aren't hers anymore. Behind her, the real Adama pounds on the mirror, screaming, "Let me out!" The price of freedom. Trapped inside the mirror world, Adama watches as her reflection, her double, lives her life. The villagers don't notice the change, but Adama does. The double is different, colder, hungrier. Mama Zainab begins a ritual to undo the switch, but breaking the curse requires a sacrifice. The double turns to Adama's mother and whispers, "I've waited long enough." As the ritual reaches its climax, Adama's mother stares at the mirror and finally sees her real daughter trapped inside. The double's skin begins to crack, revealing something monstrous beneath. With one final chant, the mirror shatters, sucking the double inside. Adama collapses, gasping, but as she looks at the broken shards, her reflection winks. The shadow isn't gone. Adama tries to move on, but something feels off. She covers all mirrors in the house, yet at night, she hears faint tapping. One evening, she sees something horrifying. In the tiny shards of the broken mirror, her reflection is still alive, watching her. A whisper crawls through the air. "You didn't destroy me. You set me free." The next morning, panic spreads through the village. People are disappearing. Mama Zainab warns that the double isn't gone. It has escaped into reflections everywhere. Adama races to the river, where villagers see distorted faces staring back from the water. As Adama leans closer, the reflection in the water grabs her wrist. Adama stumbles back, but now her own shadow moves independently. The villagers try to flee, but anyone who looks at their reflection too long vanishes. Mama Zainab tells Adama the truth. The entity was never a ghost. It was something far worse. The ground quakes as a voice bellows from the mirrors. You broke my prison. Now I will break your world. Desperate, Adama and Mama Zainab find an ancient journal from Adama's grandmother, revealing a chilling fact. The mirror never held just one entity. It was a gate, keeping many inside. And now, they're all free. Every reflective surface in the house begins to glow, showing hundreds of dark figures stepping forward. With time running out, Mama Zainab prepares a final ritual. A sacrifice must be made to seal the mirror world forever. But there's one problem. It must be Adama. Trapped between survival and saving everyone, Adama faces the ultimate choice. As she steps toward the mirror, her own reflection reaches out, not to stop her, but to pull her in. The village is eerily quiet. No whispers, no figures in the glass. The curse is over. But Mama Zainab knows the truth. Adama never returned. Days later, a young boy stumbles upon an old mirror in the market. He wipes off the dust and sees Adama's terrified face inside, pounding to be set free.